Spent 2 hours on the phone with Apple today, and you never see Apple, right? You never see Apple with Little Red Riding Hood walking in the forest going, "He's after me with my apples," right? No one would want to buy a phone if the big bad wolf was after you with the apples, right? And I know I'm not looking to be funny, but I am. But wouldn't it be crazy if, was it Snow White or Cinderella? Who was it? Snow White or Cinderella? Where she ate the poison apple. And I mean, all these fairy tales have nothing good for Apple, yet they still call their system Apple. Well, anyways, what I want to talk about is the end of the video that was cut short because I was on the phone with Apple trying to fix my phone, and they were supposed to send me um, a number so I can call and pick up a new battery for the iPhone 6. It's just not charging properly. Its charge runs down in no time at all. So they're going to set me up an appointment, but they didn't send me anything. The phone hung down twice, and after an hour on the phone with them, the first time, boom, they didn't call me back. The second time they called me back, they put me on hold, and the phone hung up again, and they didn't call me back twice. So I'm going to have to get a hold with them. What I want to talk about again is the dartboard. This is where we ended up in the last video, because there's many things. Okay, we were talking about what it means, 20 down to the next level, to the Church of Venus, 20 down to 1111, 121, which is 120, right? 1 through 15, and then 1. It's continuation of the gateway. Why do I say that? Because pool balls, there's 15 of them. 1 through 7 equals to 28, and then 9 through 15, I don't remember what the total, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so the average is 55, 14 and 15 is 65, 75, 84, so it's 84 and 28, 28 and 84, 1 through 7 and 9 through 15, and that equals to a total of 112 plus the 8 ball. Cycle of 3 times 28 equals to 84, so this is 3 times this. Remember, we need a center passage, right? If I'm going from one side to the other, but I can't open the other door, I need a complete cubicle to hold a space for me, like a hallway before I go into my apartment. You don't want the cold air. You open up the hallway door, you go into the first area. Let in as much air as possible. You wait in that area, that air door closes, you can go into the next area and then into the apartment building. The other thing is dragging 20 down, right? I can't drag this all the way down to the bottom because I'll be missing dimension. Do you see the dimension in this? Do you see the tie and also the dimension where it looks like it's a V? It could be many things. It could be looking like on the front of a train that cleans the tracks. Okay, over here, cleaning the tracks. The second thing it can look like, depending on how I connect these, what I did is I spread it open. First number, second number, third number, fourth number. Fifth number, fourth and fifth are both equal together, and then 6 in, 7 in, 8 in, 9 in, and this is the 10th number, but it's a 10th number from here equaling to the 11th number, right? I have 9 and 1, I have 10 from here. So when we go back up, we're going to add numbers and going back down. If we go from the center of numbers, okay, the center in here, it's not, I'm going to show you what the center in here is. Let me see, this is 3, this is 2, but it's actually 20. I'm using 0, 2 plus 0, okay, to equal it. So that's how I get my numbers. You want to go with ABE, Abe. A B is a B when you put it up here. Here we have the church, CH and A. CH and A is chubby, chubby. I wonder why, but irrelevant to the fact it goes 21944916283. Half-life cycle of the church, Venus, Neptune, Earth, Mercury, Uranus. This is Pythagorean numbers on darts, where the 14 would be the 5. So there's multiple 5s. There's a 5 here and a 5 here. There's a 2 here and a 2 here. There's a 1 here, there's a 1 here, and there's a 1 here. So there's 3 1s. there's 2 sevens, there's 2 sixes. So there's going to be a railman here. There's going to be some kind of calculation that we can do in here. I don't know. There's already been something that's happened where this formula will fit. Or going down, one number, then 2 sets of numbers, then 3 sets of numbers, then 4 sets of numbers, then 5 sets of numbers, then 6 sets of numbers. So we have 6 sets of numbers is 12, plus 1 is 13, as 7, 13 and 7. And that 13 and 7, if you go 20 times 13 is 260, and 20 times 7 is 140. There's a setup of numbers, if I can remember. 13 anyways is the Monopoly board. 7, I forget the 7 gateway. I forget where that came up. Anyways, 13, 1 plus 3 is 4. 74 says Jesus. So it's a numeric, how can I say this? It also says McDee's because the letter M is the 13th letter. Okay, 1 and 3 creates JC, Jesus Christ, because 1 and 3, and the 10th and the 3 together is 13. Okay, it can also mean AC. If you add it and minus it, ACDC. So we bring it down to here, and then this would overlap to here by these lines overlapping up to here, and these lines coming down to here. All you do is put on the wings, or what you look as the time clock, and that'll be the Mug and Dove star. I didn't design it here. Maybe I should put it on pause a little bit and see if I can get this number out here and see if I can show this Mug and Dove star. Just very quick, what I did is I continued the 3 all the way up as I continued this all the way down, and then I put on the wings. See, and the wings will cross either at 1 and 5, okay, or the wing, actually we need an area space, so it won't cross on 1 and 5. Remember, we start off the numbers right here. There's 3 numbers here, and there's 3 numbers here. 3 at the bottom, 17, and I think it's 19 on the left. 17, 9. We start up at these 3. In order for 3 has to go through a gateway, and it goes through 17 and 19. 20 has to go through something, 1 and 5. The center here, the 5 area, right? The center over here, the heart of this is 50. 5 and 0. They also say the alphabet starts at A, okay? A being the first area, and the 50 would make it 51, and that's talking about area Mars, red, circled by green. So the red star system sun. Then maybe that's why we're red blood. Okay, now I'm going to continue on with this. So I didn't set up the grid of what has to be done. I need, you know, as much as I want to sort of show you all these new things, at the same time I need somebody maybe on a computer that can do it faster, because it gets really frustrating, you know, and I have to remember all these combinations, you know, and realities. The open mouth of measurement, okay, on a clock. When you look at a clock with lines, or the old clock that's using Roman numerals, sometimes you'll see 4 lines in between, where you started a number, you count 4 in between, and you end a number. The total is 6. That's another reason why I like to say 0 equals 6, because it's an area, okay? Atoms, what is the size of an atom? You got to give it a number, you know? You can give it a number 0, but the number 0 has to have a left and a right, the top and a bottom. It doesn't use the 4 corners if it's a circle. Is the atom in a square? How are we going to, I mean, if you want to hold a circle, you know, you're either, the easiest way is pull it this way, but the center will come together. So you pull 4 corners. And by pulling those 4 corners, okay, that's 60, 60, 60, and 60. Those corners will go like this, 90 degrees, because your fingers are on them, right? Boom. And then you pull them down another 90 degrees. So that's your 4 corners. Now, if you put 2 more fingers over here, it'll be another curve, right? When we're pulling an elastic band, let's say. So the opening that I'm going to use right now is 90 degrees, okay, like this. The in-between is 45, and the in-between of each side is 22.5. So I need a 22.5 open here, and I need a 22.5 open here. 15 times 15, 22.5. Mars, 1/4 time, because 4 times 15 is 60 seconds, so that's 1/4 time. Earth is 25. 10-4 Roger connecting the rabbit ears. Why? You don't know why? 2 times 52, 2 times Earth, 2 times 25 is 50. ELLE, her planet. It's just the way it is. The L in Roman numerals, the L in French. I use French and English to move around things. In French, they put more of this letter. They don't say the H. So they can't. Why talk about where you are when you talk? You can talk about where you're going. There's something in English language that sometimes we don't say certain things in the English language. What is the proper speaking of the English language is also teaching us the reality of the creation and the movement. What I believe, if I'm saying this right, has to do with the movement of these numbers and how we coagulate or move these numbers around. Anyways, so this is the 3 section, and I'm going to do something else with the 3 section. Okay, that in the 3 section, right, all the way down, although like I said, you bring the 3 section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maximum. You can only move 7 maximum, then you're to the other side. If we were playing Monopoly, okay, you're on the other side. 5 would put you on the tracks, 6 would put you on the other side, and you would be 4 away. So you'd be more than half, but we don't want to stay. By being on 7, we now land 7 and 5, the tracks, and the 7th, we now, 6 would be, let's say, the moon, 5 would be on the track, and 7 would be the energy going through the moon, because 5 and 7 is that energy. Connecticut is the first, isn't that one of the first properties? Connecticut, I don't remember what it is, but Monopoly talks about certain things. Again, in the numerical universe, that's exactly what it does. So when we're using the 3, I'll usually, let's say, stop over here and definitely leave this empty space because I need this with this with this. In order to close out my first square, I need these over here, right? So I definitely, how can I explain this better? Not only does 1 and 7 equal 8, okay, and 17 and 28, 45, which is the total of numbers, but 28 is the cycle, the highest and lowest, the Christ, the gateway, again, the cycle over here. Here we're showing the half-life on one side, but in reality, another reality that I have to speak about is where the clock is moving, right? Here's the clock, and then it moves. It'll go, what is the next number? Is the next number on 5 and then on 17? How can I do this? On 5 and 17, right? Or is the next number in between the 5 and the 12? In between, let me put the camera up here so it's easier for me to do. Is it in between the 20 and the 3? That would be on the other side, correct? But you're still in the center here. The only time we lift off the center from the 20 is when we get to the second number over here. Do you follow me? Now, if we're moving, okay, this way, okay, and we're running this clock on the center of the dartboard, right? See the way we have the green area that's open, but the red area is completely covered? There is no red here, but I'm just saying the center of the darts will have green around red. We'll have the green area around the red. So here is one area. This is a complete split, right? We have 1, 2, 3 numbers, 1, 2, 3 numbers. So is there a configuration above and below the connecting numbers 15 and 12, 27, 10 and 5, 15, right? 10 and 5, 15. This is the halfway point. Take out these, take out these. These are the numbers in between. These are what I like to call the posts, right? Or these can be the doorways. Go through 5 or go through 14, go through 8 or go through 1 if they were doors. Or there's a cap on here, so these would be closed. Let's only count here, 21 and 19. We'll count these over here as 17 and 27 and 9. There's different kinds of combination. You follow what I'm saying? Connect 3 and 6, connect 2 and 7, connect these two, right? If we were talking about time in here, what degree of movement would this be? From here to here is 15 minutes. So you'd be 3 minutes, 6 minutes, 9 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes. to 3 minutes, to 6 minutes, to 9 minutes, to 12 minutes, to 15 minutes. So we can use each one as a 3-minute. When we add numbers up, like I did, 20 and 14, 20 and 14, where is 20 and 14? 20 and 14 is over here. Why did oh no, 20 and 14, why do I have that? Yes, 20, let me see why I did this number over here. Why did I do this number over here? I don't know. 26. There's no 26, it's 20 plus 6. Where's that 6? Here. 26 and 14. When we move right over here, 26 and 14. We move right over here, it becomes 9 and 31, the altered current. If I move this over here, it becomes 14. That's what it is. Here to here is 14. Here to here is 26. If you minus the 6 from 20, it's 14. If you minus this, it becomes 8. Okay, so I'm gonna look at this again. This becomes 8 and 14, plus and minus. There's a number that repeats in here. I'm trying to see where it is, 26 and 14. You see the way the numbers repeat? 8 repeats, 8 repeats, right over here. 3 repeats right over here. 3 repeats right over here. There's a 9 birth over here, and we have a 9 birth over here. This is the way these numbers work. Where do I get these numbers? 20 plus 5 and 20 minus 5 will equal to 15, okay? And will equal to 25. 15 and 25 is the numeric value for Mars right over here, this whole area. Now we can do, I'm talking over myself, and I really don't like that. There's something missing in this video that I didn't mention before. I didn't even talk about what this is over here. Anyways, just take a look at what this is. Okay, this is the bottom, and it's either we spread it out like this, okay, and we need to leave open this area here, right, and this area here. We need to leave it open so we don't cover 5, 20, and 1. We go 3, and we can go 3, 18, 21, or 15, which is the Cuban Mars, and we go 3, 12, which is 33, the command and the create, or we can go in between. So which one are we going to do? Do you understand? When the light opens up, the light may shine only over here, but there will be no shining light over here. Do you follow what I'm saying? If we had a light shining that way, it's one or two things. Either it's this side or this side, right? Okay, it seems like I'm going on and on with the totality of everything. 8, 1, 2, 7, 7, 15. Where do I get 30 and 8? I've got to take a look. 20 and 5. Where does 31 and 9 come from? Okay, I found it. 6 plus 20, 6 minus 20. 6 plus 1, 6 minus 1. The moon. The half space on the dice equals the EG in the moon. 6 and 18 minus 18, 24. So I'm starting the wheel first on 20 plus all these numbers, then 3 in all these numbers, 6 in all these numbers, and 11 in all these numbers. 11 and 20, 31 minus 9. 11 and 5 is 16 and 6. 11 and 12 is 23. So I'm just working this way and that way. 11 and 3 is 14. 11 minus 3 is 8. 11 and 19 is 30. You see the same result from these two numbers. Same result when we get 25 over here. 11 and 14 is 25, and minus it's 3. Okay, we only have, and then we have this one over here. This one and this one will create the same answer. 8 and 14. If we're looking at pool, it'll give me colors. The only ones that won't give me colors in pool are the 16 ball all the way to 20, so we're not going to use that, right? We can also use 20 as being one dimension, or 1/3 of 20 seconds on the clock out of 60. We can also use this as 360 with only 20. 3 minutes per number. 3, 6, 9, 12, all the way till we get up to 60. The 3. See, we started here and we have to come back, so we overlap in an area, right? We overlap in an area. So I'm just trying to open it up. It's 20 minutes. It's very long. What is this? This is just a little game I played. The difference is 4 The difference is 1. The difference is 2. The difference is 3. The difference is 4, 4, 4, and 4. I was going to do 5 and 6, all the differences and numbers that match with it. Remember, if I want a difference of 1, I can go 5 and 4. I can go 6 and 5. I can go just about any number next to each other. I'm always going to get a 1. Now here's the area I get a 2. 5 and 4 will create the 1, but all the numbers, 9 and 8, 8 and 7, 7 and 6, all the numbers will have 1 in it. Now when we have 2 in it, we have 7 and 5, and we can have all the numbers, 9 and 7, 8 and 6, all those numbers will have 2 difference of it. 1 in between, 2 difference. 1 in between, 2 difference. Remember, so this one will create the sun, right? Create 3, 6, 9, 5 and 1, 6, 4 and 5, 9, A, B, C, D. I just wanted to show you the other formats of D, but remember, nothing starts until this one over here, right? 9, 1, 9 high, 1 low, right? Your difference is 8. That is where we have to start. 8 and 4, in between this is 7 and 5. That is your moon. 7 times 5, G&E Electric Company. This is your moon number, Electric Company G&E. This is your Pluto, your delta angle. Why does it start over here? It shows you 4 is half of 8, and that's your D section, right? Do we have anything else? Yes, we can also have 3 and 6, but if we had 3, right, and 6 separation, okay, separation of 3, this equals 9 and 3, but we're looking for separation of C, which is the third letter in the alphabet, which is C and X if it was reversed. Now we're going to have 7 and 4 equals 11 and 3. 9, 11 comes from these numbers. Jesus Christ, separation. It's the difference. There's a separation. This is where my Fahrenheit Celsius work. Even though it's a different number, we're talking about temperature all the same. Now, on the next level, Jesus Christ does the same thing. On the other side of 9 is 11, which creates 1 and 1 is 2, the BC world. After that, we have to go 8 and 5. This will be the matrix. And you will get 1 and 3 is 4. 4 and 3, the DC world. We do the 9 and the 6 equals to 15 Mars and 3. Did we do 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 and 2 is now Earth, 7 and 3. And the cube comes in here. 7 times 3, 7 plus 3 is 21 and 10. And that cube will create your alternate current world, right? 3 times 7 is 21 and 10. This is where Nibiru comes in at 73. Okay, equals to your 31, and all zeros equals 6. That's the way I do it, right? And if all A's equals 0, the reverse of that is F. Now we're going to do 4 and 1, and that is your AD world. We will now get 5, the Electric Company, and 3, Electric Company in this creation. Anyways, and I'm ending it here. I still want to talk about darts because there's 3 plus 1, 3 times 1. I want to do the whole board using all these numbers. Can I use any? Yes, I can stick any one of these numbers out because the dartboard is round. I can start with any one of these numbers and start a new formation. Just turn the dartboard. We can start with 5, putting 5 first. All I have to do is shift the numbers. Can we create an Excel system doing this? I need to create that Excel system where I can just write one word and it tells me Chaldean, Pythagorean numbers, Kabbalah, and it shows it all underneath, and then 1 or 2 words that go along with it from the words I've added. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video.